Janelle, I'm excited about your next venture and our next venture with looking into the for-profit space. We've been, again, we raised up in church. Nonprofit has been our context for a long time, even though your family, a lot of business people there.
Yeah. A lot of businesses in my family.
Yeah.
Very, that they raised their families and provided for their families through their business kind of deal.
Yeah.
Like, known in the community. Yeah.
So yeah, truth be told, nonprofit, like you stepping into nonprofit, that was uncomfortable.
Are you referring to the Rise movement being a nonprofit?
Yeah.
Very uncomfortable. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And for me,
I've worked for nonprofits, obviously, because I've worked for churches and ministries and things. And for over 20 years, I've done administrative work, and it's typically either been in the nonprofit sector or it's been in the medical world. So in medical offices and things, but yes, but actually starting one and like that's what we are doing, like a nonprofit, was definitely stretching for me.
Yeah. And before we started Rise, we actually had and still have a for-profit.
Your music business.
Yeah, which is my music business called Freedom Music Group. It's where I house all my music and all that kind of stuff.
And when you go out and perform or do creative work for others or consult, whatever, everything has been through that.
Yeah. And so recently the Lord has like surrounded us with business people. I think of like,
it's been fun.
Yeah. I didn't know that this is what I needed, to be honest.
I love small business. I love small business owners. It's
So yeah, I didn't know that this is what I needed, but like people, like Mike Sharrow, C12, and the whole C12
love
tribe.
him and his wife. It's such a blessing.
Yeah. And then Lisa, Fullerton, just people, yeah, people who are just like business minded, doing excellent
and
business
so
for the glory of God, and so patient because we're trying to like, for me, I feel like I'm trying to unlearn some things too, because at some point, and I love nonprofit, and we're having conversations about how nonprofits and for-profits can work together. But yeah, I love just adding value to the community and getting paid for it. That's awesome. and so like we have like a serving heart, servant mentality, which is great. And so kind of jumping into this for-profit space, what are you most excited about right now?
That comment, go back to that. Like why did you say that comment? Are you referring to like you didn't used to?
What do you mean?
Like serving the community and getting paid for it?
I mean, with the nonprofit thing, I mean, you serve the community at your own expense. Like that's how it is
smaller
normally
nonprofits
been.
Normally, yes.
For me,
that's what we're used to.
If I'm working with youth pastors, I'm sorry, if I'm working as a youth pastor and I want to do something, I got to do a bake sale, or I got to.
Yes. It was a lot of raising our own funds. And,
Yes, yeah, and so, and it's not. Sure. It's adding value to the community, which is I've always been community focused. But adding that value, you do it at your own expense. Like you have to figure out how to hustle and all that kind of stuff, and the reward of that is, and I'm not going to say that it is very rewarding, but a lot of the rewards are intangibles. They're like, maybe somebody will come to church, or maybe somebody will give their life to the Lord, or maybe somebody,
For just people's
or
testimonies
somebody's
of how they've been impacted.
yeah, yeah, or
Lots of that.
somebody, you know, and we've seen that within Rise too.
Oh,
like
yeah.
there's been a lot
yeah.
of like testimonies of people, you know, their lives changing and all of that. But as you know, as I think about San Antonio and I think about what good news is to San Antonio, and that's really shaped my reason for wanting to go into the for-profit thing too, because San Antonio, it stats say that San Antonio is one of the poorest big cities in the U.S.
Yeah, the per capita.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, and so because of that, I'm like, okay, what does good news mean to San Antonio? And it does mean generating wealth. You know, like if I really want to serve the city in a way that impacts them, like Jesus said, you know, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. Like, what does that look like tangibly? And so business is the best way to do that.
especially for creatives.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's always been that stigma of like, you know, like the whole starving artist thing, that people can subconsciously give into and act out and live out. And, you know, but we don't need to, like that saying, I don't know, some meme I saw before. So it's something to the effect of like, you know, don't feed a starving artist, buy their art. They can feed themselves. You know what I mean? And that's like the impact that is best long term for us, as you know, as you as a creative and the community as a whole, and for them to actually thrive and have impact in the city. You know, our whole heart with the Rise movement is to, you know, to empower them, like to empower these artists, empower them to transfer culture, you know, and with good news, like that they're live out the gospel in the city, because, you know, the arts is so impactful in a city, period. And so the arts district, like the city's pouring money into it because it knows it needs to grow, because it impacts everything. It impacts every business. Every business has creatives that they need to hire to play certain roles, or it's not going to go well. You know what I mean? That we all know what it looks like when you don't have a creative on your social network platform. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't have one, you know, who's out, and, you know, and even how they present themselves in front of crowds, and when it comes to sales, like all that kind of thing, like is impacted by, okay, how do you have a thriving arts community that you can contract with or hire on, but you know, full time with your business, whatever. And so, but they have to know how to multiply their resources, multiply what they have, actually, which means, you know, make money, so that they can continue to do that, and they can continue to be a stronger impact in the community and things. And I think that's something that was missing. Was missing for you, for sure. For a long time. Like you did a lot of, like I remember when we got married, like there was a lot of like going out for a hot dog. You know what I'm saying? Like you would go out and like be there for hours, impacting people's lives at other people's events. You know, you got a hot dog and you know, some handshakes and some testimonies. You were good, but that was not. But that was not that's not sustainable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially as you were growing a family, and, you know, and just, getting closer and closer to retirement. Just all the things. It was just like, you know, like these kind of teaching and growth, like in the arts community, it affects them, which affects the community, which affects the city. And so, and just goes outward. Like it's
and we've grown.
Thing.
We've grown a lot since starting, and not just spiritually, not just relationally, but we've just grown even in recognizing our worth and understanding like that there is a business aspect to what we're doing,
and to embrace it.
And to embrace
it's not evil.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, spicy. Yeah, I will share this in closing. There was a platform that it was an event that we used to just do every year. And it was, I think this is kind of like a picture of that growth. The event that we did every year, it was amazing. And I am still grateful for those people who were doing that event. It was
when we had
an
our
outreach.
stage.
No.
Oh,
no, it was an event that
you used to be booked for. Oh, okay.
Yes, and it was an outreach event, and they used to pay us,
and it was phenomenal.
They
did such a great job.
Incredible.
With what they had.
And so I started doing hip hop, and so the fact that they would actually pay, it was like over a couple of days. You know, sometimes they would have this event over 2 days, and I'd come out and do concerts and all that kind of stuff, and they would pay us a few $100s. It was like $300 or something, and that was our event that we were looking,
which was great back then. I mean, this is like 20 years ago. I feel like no, we've been married 20 years, so we're talking about like over 10 years ago.
But we're just like, yes, this is amazing. It's awesome, and.
Because you weren't going out for just a hot dog.
Because they also had hot dogs and paletas there.
Oh my goodness. The girls and I loved going.
And I brought my kids and all of that kind of stuff. And we were just like, yes, $300. Yes, this is awesome. And they're giving us hot dogs
gift cards and stuff.
I'm telling you, we saw some crazy things. But it was hot out there, y'all. It was hot.
Yeah, it was one of those summertime outreach.
It was a summertime outreach.
Why do we do that?
The clowns there, the clowns at the outreach, you know, their face paint was just melting. I was like, you should not be around children looking like that. But you know what? It was a great time.
It was a great
and we had an amazing time. And so, I remember having that inward battle the last time, and we're like, okay, you know what?
After several years of the exact same.
Yes. And I said, we're gonna have to like raise our price. And I was so like, oh my goodness, this is ministry. I can't do this.
You've come a long way, man.
Yeah, and it was
But I remember that. Yeah.
Yes. I was freaking out. And I was like, we're gonna lose. This is our best one and we're gonna lose it.
Okay. But in fairness, I mean, it's hilarious, really. But in fairness, you've always done, as far as your music business goes, or any type of ministry, whatever, for those who consider them two different things, that you were always, it was always through relationship. So you've never marketed, you've never put out ads to bring you out to something. It's always been through relationship, always been through someone referring you. And that could be a whole nother topic in itself, but I'm just saying that was the factuals. All right. So for you, I've had to practice a lot of patience in that area and understanding, because these are your relationships.
Right.
Like, it wasn't just like, oh, these are clients that popped up because they saw an ad. Like, these are people, you know what I'm saying? And so anytime trying to help you grow and, it's just getting closer and closer to your value, and what you bring as far as the fee goes, honorarium, whatever terminology you want to use today. But as far as that goes, it was always a struggle, not just because of, it's dollar amounts. It's because that's relationship. And you didn't want to offend or hurt or anyone, or to, even be disconnected because now they can't. Maybe it's not in budget, and a change needs to happen for them and someone else take that opportunity. But but then it's like, but then what if they don't take care of them as well as you do, because you care? You know what I mean? You genuinely care about every event, every event planner or pastor, whoever brought you out. And so it's been a slow journey, but it's not just because you just don't get it. It's because there's people involved, and you really do love God and love people. And so that's been a little difficult. So
yeah, we've grown a lot since then, and thank God that there are some exciting things happening now. There's some exciting things happening. What are you most excited about? ask you this in the car.
I know, but you didn't preface it the same way in the car. So now I'm all trying to figure out, like, put in what we're talking about now, and then go, what am I? And I told you, I'd always thought there was a weird question to ask an introvert, like excited,
You get excited.
I get excited. Okay, you're right. I do get excited about opportunities to serve more people in a greater way and even make more financially out of it, so that we can continue to do that in a better way for the next person. Those are the things that excites me.
Yeah.
So you're right. I do.
Yeah.
Like a good bird. Like the birds, we do business. I like that kind of stuff. Those
Bird
kind
is her
of things
maiden name, by the way.
Yes. But so there's been opportunities like I've taken on. You've always been my only client as far as booking. Like I've always well, it's been up and down as far as if I help how much I do for you when it comes to booking. There's been seasons where I'm like, I got an infant. It's just like you're on your own, buddy. But pretty much all this time, like I've been your booking and things majority of the time. And so now I'm actually doing someone else's. Now I have another outside client that, paid clients actually help them to get on stages and things. And I'm really hoping to do more of that, even taking on even more clients to help them in that area, especially if it's inbound, like you just like you need someone to help with like the travel and the organizing and the communicating with the event and just all those different things. I actually enjoy that. And I think since Adira started school, Adira is our youngest, my youngest just started school just a few months ago. And so since then, I've just kind of been like, okay, what do I enjoy the most when it comes to administrative work? Because I've done all kinds for so many years, but what do I really enjoy? And I really feel like I've landed on like, that is my favorite, helping creatives in an area that is not their strength, which is typically administratively when it comes to that communication, staying organized and actually showing up to the events on time. Like those little things, like it makes a huge difference. Like showing up, being prepared, knowing what's happening, like that the event, they know what you need, what you don't need, I like all those kinds of things, and just organized and taken care of. Like that's actually something that I do love. I do enjoy.
That's good.
It's playing a part in their impact that they do for the audience there. So.
That's awesome. And I'm excited about just our role with Rise and focusing specifically on the empowering artist thing. So, and I want to lead by example. I've told you this, but I want to lead by example as an artist this year. And so releasing music and, we've got a couple of communities within Rise. We want them to release some music as well. So I'm excited. I think it's a good season, and then even just building this platform just for creatives. Festival and digital platform, all that kind of stuff. We want to do that well for people. So
by the grace of God.
Yeah, by the grace of God. It takes money. It takes money to do it, and so God is definitely like expanding our capacity to believe for stuff beyond ourselves, and just believing for other people and all of that stuff. So we're building slowly but surely. It's coming, and I think this focus that we talked about is a big part of that. So love you, sweetie.
Love you too.
All right. I think we've had a great conversation.
Thanks for having me.
Hopefully you'll be back. If you
Feed
want
me
to,
kava.
Oh Lord, gotta go right now.
Back.
If you want to connect with us, go to risemovement.co and you can find out more about Rise and what we do within the community, upcoming events and all that kind of stuff. If you want to support what we're doing, we are a 501c3, risemovement.co/give. And that helps us to build this platform and really to do the platform here, but then also we're still talking about our festival and all that kind of stuff, projects that we're going to be working on. All of that support helps to go towards our projects and things. So excited about it. Thank you, Janelle, for joining me. Shout out to Nate Gunn Studios. We're in here. So hit them up if you need any podcast stuff. If you like this vibe, hit them up and shout out to them. We'll see you next time on Creative Process.